So, have you ever considered a role in venture capital?
Well, I had always been somewhat affiliated with venture capital. Intel Capital worked for me. Obviously, we acquired companies, but I was always on the other side of the table. And then, a funny thing happened a little bit over 100 days ago. I was retired for the first time in 45 years. And Linda and I took probably 100 different meetings with private equity, venture capital firms, potential policy roles with government, other operational roles, and we said we're not going to be an operational leader. Private equity, they write big checks, so that's fun. But venture capital, cool technology. Investing in the lives. So, I think Peter today, and maybe I'll start it up. Just by reading my quote to you here. Peter, an awesome partnership begins. So today, Pat Gelsinger is becoming general partner, right, with Peter, Bruce, and Julie. Thank you.
So, needless to say, we are deeply, deeply honored. But I'd love you to share a little bit about what drew you to Playground. Like, what's different about what we're doing that the other guys are not doing?
Well, when you go to visit many of the other venture capitalists, when you walk into their lobby, what do you see? You see the tombstones of their IPOs, right? This is a financial agenda, right? And hey, the finance is important, helping to create successful companies. If the economics aren't there, you don't have sustainability. So I don't want to be denigrating to that. But when you walk into the Playground lobby, what do you see? An engineer's playground. I'm an engineer. I want to work with founder CEOs. I want to help them be successful. I want to work on the coolest, hardest problems in the industry. And I found no other place that I think is better to do that than here at Playground, and finding, I'll say, like-minded souls in the GPs and the partners and the investment team. To me, it became a pretty obvious choice after I put all of those other options on the table. And I'm really honored that you, Bruce and Jory, would invite me to be part of this team.
And you've been spending time with some of our portfolio companies, notably xLight, who has, I think, an interesting role to play in the future of restoring American leadership in semiconductors, and PsiQuantum, of course. I know you spent some time with Pete and Jeremy and the team. Help us understand how you think about those kinds of efforts.
Well, compared to lots of venture efforts, hey, these are long-term investments. And sitting here and listening to Pete and some of these hard-term problems, this is hard stuff. Right? You just got to engineer, you got to work, and really pour yourself into making those impossible, become improbable, become possible, right? For it. And clearly, quantum computing, as you've said, I think very articulately, these are the problems that matter. Right? The next AI, large language model, hey, it's going to be cool, it's going to be interesting, and so on. But we're not going to solve the problems that fundamentally are going to advance humanity with those approaches. Going to continue to do great things. xLight, at the center of a fab is lithography. At the center of lithography is light. God said, let there be light. And I think there's just something magic about, creating a next generation light source. If you look at LPP today, it's just a miracle that you can smash these tin ions and, create light this way. But, this is pretty ugly, right? You got these particulate floating around. It's hard, it's expensive, and it's not scalable from where it is. So, in some ways, I'm grateful for Nicholas and the team. We're also announcing today that I'll become, the executive chair for xLight. And, as part of that, maybe it's a way for me to finish the job I started, in the Intel assignment to finish rebuilding the American semiconductor.
So, reflecting on that meeting back in '83, with Bob Noyce, Gordon Moore and Andy, what do you think they would make of this?
Well, my last, so three quick examples across the three of them. So I had the pleasure of seeing Gordon in Hawaii. Linda and I had the chance to go see him 3 or 4 months before he passed away. And in that session, one of the last things he said to me is, "Pat, don't screw it up."
Always good advice. Right?
Yeah. So I'd say for us today, and for the founder CEOs here, our job is don't screw it up. Right? We have such extraordinary opportunities sitting in front of us. We're just going to pour ourselves into following Gordon's advice. Don't screw it up. Right? And doing everything we can to bring about these magic innovations. The second would be Bob Noyce, and he famously said, "Go do something wonderful." Right? And I think what you've seen here at the event is clearly go do something wonderful. Right? And really tackle these hardest problems at scale. And I think all of us are living Bob Noyce's mantra to go do something wonderful. And Andy Grove's position in my life was, I mentored with him for 35 years. In 35 years, he complimented me 4 times. Right? I have them written down, notarized, et cetera, associated with them. One time I'm at a dinner party with Eva, right, Andy's wife, and I said, "Why is Andy so hard on me?" And he says, and she says back to me, she says, "That's because he loves you a lot." Right? And what I'd also say, particularly to the founder CEOs is, this relationship that Playground has, we're not investors. Right? We're going to be Andy Groves to you. We're going to make you successful, right? And sometimes it's going to be tough conversations, but we're going to pour ourselves into making you succeed because you're undertaking some of the most important problems for humanity today. And I think it really is an honor for me to join this team, but fundamentally making you successful.
I can't follow that with anything. Pat, thank you so much for being a part of this. We're honored.